What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? So, as you're tuning in on YouTube, remember the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky. All right. So, in the chat room here, they're saying Ross is up massive on SBET here. I saw a little bit of the move, but no trades really. This first push, very incredible. Bit of continuation here in the last 15 minutes or so. Definitely has quite the spread here. This morning I did have some errands to run, so not here for the entire pre-market session, but better late than never. SBET looking insane here though. 370% move, 20 million shares of volume. Yeah, 150K, man, 150K in an hour. Now that's some insane gains. Some people can, say whatever they want to say, but at a certain point, you cannot ignore those sweet gains. All right. I want to see if we can hold over 33 here for a retest of the highs. Oh, and I'm gonna chase it. Let's see what it does. It's gonna jump $1 here. Can we continue? Chasing like a madman. And no immediate move. Okay. Son of a gun. There could be an early pullback. If not, we could see the push. By the way, for me in pre-market, small size, even if I'm here for the entire, start from the beginning. Can we see over 36 will be the key here? 36.63 if it goes. It's battling, it's fighting. Can we break free over 35? Over 35, it should be instant, should be immediate. Bit of a double top. It's trying again, it's trying again. There might be a seller at 35. Although not showing on the level 2 though. And it's a massive spread, like $1 a share at times, so you gotta watch out for that if you're looking for the quick trades. Is anybody holding? Is any of you guys here in the chat holding for maybe 20s or maybe even like 15, 10? This early move, man. Check out the 10-second chart in this area. Madness. This thing just went from 10 to 35. Bro, the open at this rate, as we've been saying, the open, bro. The open has fell, it's lost its place. The open is not the same anymore. There's 36 is gonna go. The open is no longer the best time of the day, it would seem. Pre-market has definitely taken that spot. Man, it doesn't look like anyone is holding. It doesn't look like anyone is holding from the chat here. Okay, there's 9 minutes to the opening. I'll write up the watch list here. 30, there we might see 37. There's 37 right there. Man, this is madness. Just think about how often we're seeing a stock in the first 2 hours do something like this versus pre-market, you know. If I am to be using full size, it would be hard to be taking trades here, I will say, because it's so, you know, it feels so high up. But again, the stock could keep going. Perhaps break of 40 might happen. It's up now 470%. Will we see anything in the first 2 hours? Will we see anything? Any continuation, good setups? Or is this the end of the line? You're saying Ross is at 175 in the chat room. Monster gains. Okay, let me write up the list here. There's two others. There's penny stock in WORX, and there's also FAAS, which is at $1. And hopefully we get sympathy momentum, being that we're seeing such a strong pre-market. Can we see hotter stocks into the open the first 2-3 hours, and then following through later in the day, power hour, so forth? If you're now showing up, just be careful with chasing in case it does turn over for backside. Just a heads up there. Screen recording alarm. All right, let's just turn our screen recording on. So today will be day 4 of trader rehab for me. However, if this stock is to go to 60, 70, $80, which is might be a bit of a long shot, might be a day to put out, a little bit of risk. It is at 30. It is at $30. We'll have to be careful with that in a sense. Wider spreads, bigger range. Of course, smaller size first would still make sense, but we don't know if it'll continue. So as of now, it'll be normal scheduled programming, small size. Just looking to make a couple $100, get green, take what I can, and get out. Yeah, people in the chat are already saying watch the dump at the open. Man, the open is now yesterday's news. Man, for a time, pre-market was dead, and then pre-market became good. You know, the open was kind of always the open, but then for a while there was the pre-market and then the open still. Now it's just like the open. Oh well, pre-market. It's just pre-market now. Friday we did get a good stock. That penny stock that we traded ended up going up to $1, I think, or close to it. I think that happened about 30 minutes after we left. So we did shut it down after getting back to break even. And then I think another 30 minutes or an hour. I'm forgetting the ticker symbol, but you know, it ended up pushing up. We got 3 minutes to the opening bell. By the way, let me pull up the other ones quickly just to see. WORX started in after hours, pushed up to a high of 88 cents here today. Doesn't look bad. We're consolidating. I'll move that trend line. We're consolidating with lows around 74. So we have a very tight range here. We'll see if it's able to break out of the channel and perhaps do something here to the upside. Over 80 cents could be interesting. 200 EMA at 120. Daily resistance is at 88 actually. So hopefully we can break over 88. We got 2 minutes to the opening bell. 2 minutes. I'm going to make this trend line yellow just to remind myself here the pre-market highs. There's more than just that. The other one is FAAS, which is also looking decent, right? Percentage-wise. FAAS is up 56%. We got WORX up 88%. And then, of course, SBET, which is 400% plus here. We must adapt, or, you know, maybe the word I was going to use there was going to be too aggressive. But we must adapt. 155, 200 EMA. We got a minute 26 seconds. 155. Yeah, you know, FAAS and WORX, if we can see some sympathy, some, you know, something good from the others would be nice, as SBET is leading the way here. Also, still a good day to keep an eye on the scans, of course, in case something else does come up. HOLO there, 31%, maybe could give a push. That was a hot stock last year. Could be a little bit of a head and shoulders here coming into the open, but we'll see. We got to definitely hold above 35 to look good. Let's come down here to 250. I'm really using small size still, so, but I'm not opposed to sizing up if it, you know, if this thing is to keep going. We'll do what needs to be done here, but it has to make sense, figuratively and literally. So hit the thumbs up and let's rock and roll. I'm trying just because it's above 35 right away, but not quite. We'll need to hold above 35 to retest that high. Let me turn down this chime a little bit. So be careful of the pullback and sell off here. WORX over 80 cents could be interesting as mentioned. There's 71, 77.4 actually. There's 79, 79.2. It's off screen. I'll pull it up in a sec. WORX could potentially go over 80 cents. And that should have went right there. Looked good. Trying 76.5, tight stop. There's 77.3. Although I lost on that, so I got a terrible fill. Good attempt. SBET still looking okay, still fighting, still holding up. Trying 71 on WRX for the dip. There's 73, small bounce, small trade. Okay, SBET, how are we doing? Okay, we sold off into a halt down, false halt down, bounced, and now pulling back again. Oh my goodness, WRX still selling off. Bro, what is that? I mean, it's the first 5 minutes, we don't want to overreact. We just got to make sure to be patient, stay on the sidelines, wait. Initially, when they had mentioned that we could go to a 24-hour a day market, this is something that we did think about, like momentum shifting, CETX. By the way, Nvidia earnings are either today or tomorrow. I have to double check. I sold my short on the SPY last week because I thought the earnings was Wednesday. I mixed up the date somehow. I don't want to be short with this earnings. I think it'll pull the market up a little bit. They're gonna beat this. That's just what's gonna happen. 99% chance. The overall market, I tell you. So FAAS is at $1. Maybe there's gonna be something there. Let's see. I could take a starter here, 101, tight stop. There's 03. There's a seller though. 105 for the VWAP on FAAS, ticker symbol FAAS. We'll see if it gains volume. Yo, Tim, what's up, bro? If that's who I think it is, long time no see. Welcome to the stock market, bro, where dreams come true. Oh man. Yeah, so SBET still, kind of sideways. Still waiting on that one to see. Right now we're still, well, we're not flat because we're using the small size. We're up $70 so far, which is, is decent for the smaller size here. Tim, right now I'm in a trader rehab, right? Which is what you go into when you're on like a losing streak. I'm down like 11K in the last 2.5 months, which is very unusual for me. So I've had to force myself to size down and just like grind out on smaller numbers until I see some more consistency, have that confidence to not hesitate. And SBET is coming down. It might get halted down. It's 28.76 here. Yeah, you know, pre-market, man. The entire big move here, pre-market. The open is primarily where I trade after 9:30, but it's, you know, nothing hitting the scans repeatedly here. A bunch of different stocks, so the momentum scattered. Another false halt down. So this you know, this might need like an hour or two to rest, but if not, we can kind of see this head and shoulders here again, which is why 35 I was thinking could work if we held above, but it was quick rejection. Head and shoulder pattern here if we're to draw it up. You got this high point and then a bit of a double top, a lower high double top here, and then it's coming back down. I don't know if there's a shelf registration, but you know, if I'm this company and I have one, it's a great time for an offering. So that's also something to be careful of. They've made their money going up, and then, you know, elevator back down. So far for me, it's been a tough year, though. I'm down twice from last year averages, which is not great. From about 1,200 a day to now 450 a day, which, you know, is still good, but when you fall from higher levels, it doesn't feel good. It feels terrible, actually. We got 628 people on YouTube, guys. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm being very careful to just wait on something that's good here. The other two watch list stocks are selling off as well. I can pull them up here quickly. WORX, ticker symbol WORX, selling off. And then FAAS, also a little more sideways, but haven't really been uptrending just yet. If we can break over highs at 103, 105, I can definitely start taking some trades. CETX is hitting again. Let me check it out one more time. Was it halted? Really? I didn't realize. Okay, that's fine. Let's pull it up. Highs are at 52. I'm going to take 31 tight stop. There's 42, 43, a couple cents. Can we get over the highs at 50? For the bounce off the VWAP here. There's 50. Trying the micro below the level. Can we see the push through? There's a seller there. It's going to break. Not bad. We got 66 actually. 70 for highs. $74 for highs now. $77. Waiting for pullback trades, pullback entries. I did take my position at 50 off a little early because there's someone trying to sell 30,000 size, but it broke without too much of a problem. We got 84 now for highs, grinding higher here, grinding higher. 305 is the halt up if it's to keep going. Scale down a little bit here. Watching. I'm going to take a starter 64 for the dip. Looking to scale in here. We got 51. It's pretty low pullback, $0.50. I'm going to take 43 here and watch for the bounce. It's a little low, the dip there, but let's see what it does. from 80 to 43, I think we should see a decent bounce here. Right below the VWAP. If not, it could be selling off. So we need to hold up here. Low 40s, high 30s. If not, it could be in the depths. $38. Hanging by a thread. Or can we hold up? Cutting it. It's going to come down. So that 1 minute pullback, we might be seeing a Christmas tree here. Typically, we don't want to see more than like a 50-60% retracement off the move. The resumption was at 31 to 84. We're selling off in the pullback. I started my first ad at 63, which, you know, I guess that was still pretty high. I recycled shares back out 50, then back in again. 49 average, but it's coming down. And by the way, FAAS did move up. So this one won, and that's one and done, you know, almost like a pump and dump, really. Good setup, though. Okay, FAAS did get over 105. We did miss the initial push. Well, let's see how this one holds up. $14 was the high. There's a bid. It's being filled, though. 65,000 remaining. 100,000 seller at 9. This one is more liquid. I gotta put out a little bit more size for this price range. Stock is pretty cheap. Sometimes you forget when you're using the small size. All right, watching and waiting. High of the current candle is 11. High of the move is 14. Pre-market high is at 150. SBET, is it halted up or down? One minute candle to make a new high right there, having some trouble. Let me take a quick look to see if it was halted up. Okay, it was 34.45. So we got to be ready for that resumption in the next 4 minutes or so. We'll need to see some big volume on FAAS if it's to get over 115 though, because it is pretty thickly traded. Seven. Can we push through? All right, there's a scratch trade there. We'll try again. Can we see over 12? The volume slowing down. Okay. It's a little bit more tough there. In terms of that resumption time, I'll keep an eye. We got a minute 28 seconds actually. It's coming up soon. I'm gonna pull it up in the next 20 seconds if we don't see anything here for the dip. Oh, 06. 06 is the VWAP. Oh, 05 is the VWAP, somewhere there. It's in between 505.80, 105.80 for the VWAP. I like that it's holding, but you know, when we get to the upside, we want to see that more sustained test. 50 seconds. All right, I'm gonna pull up SBET here and get ready. Adjust my size. I'm gonna do 200 shares, really small size, and then like 300 max. Actually, the 150, 300 max. Keep to the small size, keep it tight. We got 20 seconds. $34, it's showing 34 resumption. We're at 34.45 in the halt here. Here we go, SBET. Taking 33 for the pop. There's a couple cents. The break of 34, not instant. So I'll give it a sec. 32.58. $32.37 was the low. Over 34, not good. Okay. It's a little choppy at the highs. So in terms of a massive move, you know, are we going to be able to see a massive move over the pre-market highs? For a resumption, it's a little dicey there. I gotta be careful. I'm red $300, which for the small size is decent red. Two five. Let's zoom in over here. Let's pull it up on this one as well. SBET. Yeah, that resumption was time was of the essence. All right, so for 34.45, the high to last 34.78, the high of the current range. Can we break 35? Still going to be the key. Didn't take that dip. It's kind of dicey. If it gives a massive flush out, I could look at the dip, but 38.08 is the halt down, which is kind of close. If it does drop again, it could halt down. Typically, I'd take the dip somewhere here, but a halt down is in proximity. Yeah, that dip would have worked too nicely. They're back to 34. Yeah, it's just weak, man. You know, compared to pre-market, this is, and even FAAS didn't really get over 15. It's still at 08. Honestly, the sidelines might be the best thing here right now. Let's just wait. If this thing doesn't break 35, I probably just, you know, don't get involved. But right there, want to see the bull flag, and then eventually the 1 minute candle to make the new high. So just got to be patient, give the stock time. After such a big move pre-market, you know, it might need the first hour just to go sideways before it tries again. So don't want to put out too much aggression and then it like hit a max loss too soon on a day like this. Gotta have longevity. By the way, if you're a new viewer, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And we got 600 plus people, but only 88 likes. We're big slacking on that ratio. Can we get up there to 300 likes? 50% viewership to like ratio at the minimum. I think FAAS is not worth it. Like we're, at least right now, it's still, tight in this range where it's not really giving that upside move. I do like that it's holding the VWAP still, but we got to be able to push up and, get over the highs. There's O2 for a new low actually, in the current range. Let me see how the chat room is doing. Is there any call outs as well that I might have missed? FAAS down to 96 cents. CENA hit a couple times. Yeah, CETX, tough stock to, the way how it came down. SBET, again, we want to see, for at least I'll say me, I want to see over 35. Can we hold above 35? I'll give it a chance, and if it does, I think we'll see a new high. So what I'll do, I'll try to position myself and then hold for high of day. And from there, it should be on. Yeah, market open, man. Market open is a thing of the past at this rate here. But patience is key, right? I'm kind of looking at the chat. Some people are a little frustrated, perhaps. Save. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple traders up a couple $1,000,000 for sure. People who caught this thing early and held with some size. A couple of guys here in the smaller chat, in a smaller group chat, saying someone else they know up over 600,000. Insane, bro. It is possible. I do like that it's not a secret though, right? I mean, if you're to see this early with size, and you gave it that chance to open up, that opportunity was there for sure. From 10, 11 to 35 in 3 minutes. EJH? Is that a ticker symbol? Here we go, 34.70 for can we get over 35? This is where we got a couple of sellers here. Can we break and hold 35? Now the spreads are pretty big though, so over 35. We'll have to see how it play out here. I might even take a few trades underneath the level. Let's see. Oh my god, the spreads. Dip, dip, dip. Give me a dip. Give me a quick dip here. Please, please. 34, bro. My gosh. The spreads. Can I see a better dip? I'll hit the bids. And I'm not going to get the fill. 34.12. Alright, let's see. There's like a 40-50 cent spread here. Fill me, fill me. Fill me and don't crash down. That's what my order's at 16. Come on. 15. Okay. And it is crashing down. Can we see the slingshot? If not, taking the loss. All right, cutting it. Yeah, okay. False breakout again. That's where I want to try though. Over 35 is where I think we can see the extension, but again, twice now rejection. Or maybe even 3 times, you could say. How did that halt? So you got to be careful with the spreads there, because I tried twice for like 34 40s, but there's like a 40-cent spread, so you got to watch out. And you're basically in at 36, 35 40s, 35 30s, but the ask price up there around 90s. So false breakout, and the dips. So far the dips are holding up. The dips are holding up, but we don't have a very determined, not determined, defined level. We're kind of bouncing off different areas here. A little higher here, and then a little lower, and then a little higher. So I'm not trying to get the dips. The dips are a little tough to determine in some areas. So the breakout, I think, a little bit more obvious where the resistance is if we can get above and hold, but the false breakout can happen for sure. I am open to sizing up if it breaks over 35. And then we see nice trades like over, if it's to go to 40, then 45. I'll use size like over 40 for sure. But if I use size, I gotta know and be ready for my P&L to be going like insane with the spreads. Because even 1,000 shares, right? Like it'll be up and down $1,000 every trade. ZENA moving up. High of day previously 309. Got the 330 there. We're back to 35 on SBET. So I'm gonna leave it on screen for now. Long ZENA, tight stop. Good trade. Couple cents. Okay, 35.60. Coming back to SBET here. Not a great fill on that dip. And yeah, okay. I gotta be still not ready. Fair, cool. Keep trying though. Keep trying, SBET. Keep trying. Give us this move. We can recoup the losses quickly here as long as we keep it tight. Also, can we see a candle perhaps close above the level, right? That'll be a good sign too. But on the 1-minute chart though, not the 10-second. Time 59:15, so 45 seconds left in this candle. This could be the candle here. Let's see how it does. Resistance 36, as to be expected. Give me the dip. Okay, give the dip, give the dip, give the dip, give the dip. Not freaking fills. Dip, dip, dip more. Okay, good. Not good. Not, bro, what the... Yo, what the hell's wrong with these stocks? See, this is why the open is not making any sense. Come on, man. Big Steve, brother, what is happening with the dip? It is dipping to 32. I got a high fill going in, which is fine. The dip at 35 going to 32 is going to give me a big loss. See, and just like that, on you can hit max loss on a small size day. I wouldn't want to be down more than 500. I'm at 800 now. 900. Bro. And that's a nice setup there for the break of 35. The open is in the depths, man. The open. That one is gonna sting a little bit. Typically, I would want to see the dip down closer to 35. and then us hold above the level, even if it breaks and reclaim. But 32 instantly. That was instantly too. It just opened up in the spreads. It could go still, but yeah, it might have to really be just wait. The candle still didn't close above the level too, which is worth noting. Yeah, not good. ZENA. I gotta be extremely careful here. It's just like a max loss at this point, so I gotta watch out. Typically over the years, these types of setups will see better follow through. So, one of those times where it collapses miserably. 329 for ZENA. ZENA having some trouble at the highs. SBET, I think it'll probably go. It'll take some time though. I still want to make sure I keep it up somewhere on this other screen at least. We'll see if ZENA gives a push here. $29 for high of day. $461, the 200 EMA here. 303. All right, SBET is trying again. It's the 5th time the charm here. Let me fix my size. I can't believe I lost that much at 150 shares. It's insane. It's at 30. Let's pull it back up. It's at 3640 here. That candle did close above the level, which was good. The spreads are 50 by 36, 35, 50 by 36. Again, the spreads are pretty massive. $34.05 by 35.08. Open. We're back to 34, so another 2 candles there. I mean, again, I'll keep waiting. What I'll do now, I'll wait for a bigger breakout over the level. I'll just wait for a big breakout before I start trading it. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's treasure is another man's trash. SBET is not doing anything here since 9:30. What happened to Mighty? Mighty? Nothing's happened to Mighty. Mighty is live right now for the students in the chat room. Like he always is every day. I think he might have started red though in pre-market. I think he was down like 4K, he said. But you guys know 4K for the Mighties, but a scratch trade. He should be back to green by now. The Mighty usually dials it in. Let me check. I'm gonna check. He is, oh, okay, he's down 2K. Again, it's still pretty early though. Still pretty early. You guys got to join the chat. I mean, the YouTube stream is fine. It's a free chat room over here. You can hang out, talk, chop it up, call outs. But the chat room is also this plus much more, right? You have the ability for the screenshots, and then of course, more importantly, the voice channel, right? Where we get on calls. If you have a mic, you can always join the conversation. And on top of that, of course, the chat room is 24/7. You also have the ability for personal DMs, where a lot of people will form small study groups, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 4 or 5 people. They'll do their own private calls to review, recap trades, go over charts, things like that. All right, SBET hands off completely again. Just at this rate, I'm not going to touch it unless we see something massive over the level where we can hold up and then continue. I thought if we were able to get through, we would see an early quick push, but got cooked. Got cooked pretty bad here. Man, I'm telling you, I saw 35 on the bid, so I'm like, okay, 35.30. I'm like, all right, not bad. We went from 37 back to 35. And right there, my stop is going to be around 34.50. Okay, if we drop down on spreads and like that selling pressure starts to hit, even if I get out at like 34.20, take a bigger, loss in the spread, that's fine. But to see 32 like right away, it's just that's pretty brutal. And then we had the high fill going in. Yeah, so we got cooked pretty bad there. We got 37.20 and out at 36.60 on the first trade. The spreads aren't really a problem if the setup is working well. Well, you can still maybe miss out on like an extra 50 cents. The goal is to see 38, 39 on the push. So if I'm in 40 cents higher or lower, I don't really care if the setup is working. But once the setup is failing miserably, and then there's massive slippage or it's teleporting down, is where you can really feel the loss. ZENA. Oh, okay. I did take it off the screen over here, so I'm gonna miss that push. That was over 28. We got to 50. We got to 50. The thing is with me switching back screens like this is that I gotta take the time for the size again. It does take a little bit of time. Come on down. The price is right. Only 35 right there. Could be a double bottom though. I'd like to see something else, something more. A little more. Micro. No micro. Straight to 50. Okay, micro. Over 50. Or filled at 50, which is quite brutal for the micro. This one is pretty active. Can we see 56, 57? Lots of buying, but not quite. A lot of these moves too are sometimes delayed, right? But it seems like it's struggling here. 52. Can we see 60? Like we're lingering at 52 there for some time, a couple seconds as well. We want to see that breakout there. So it's at 57 high and back down. 5 minute candle though is pretty bullish. And there's another minute. Perhaps we had some profit taking there, could be the case. Maybe even some shorts. And the chase through 52, no good. There's another 15 seconds or so. Oh. We got, again, 57 for highs. A little bit of resistance, 50. Let's get the 10-second chart. Z-N-E-A. Z-E-N-A. Z-E-N-A. Holy shit, there's shares. I didn't expect to get filled. I was checking, but okay. There's a new high. There are shares to go short, by the way. Just a heads up for backside. The push through 55 is going to come off of a pullback at 40. Bro, show me the retest here. What is this? 3065. There's a minute 10 seconds. Oh, this price action. Big Steve, how are you finding this price action here? Curious. And we got Mighty Puttying. Under 22. Which one are you looking at, Big Steve? Is the ENA price action? is in the gutters here. EJH penny. You know, I saw the ticker symbol earlier. I was wondering if it was even a ticker. 21.7, 21.8. For me, I don't like to take more than 2 to 3 dips. I mean, I'll have to cut the loss here. That question in the chat. SBET is still fighting at 35. We're seeing the 5-minute pullback on ZENA. I'm going to take a starter for a 5-minute setup. VWAP is 29. A little bit more than 10 cents higher than the VWAP, but watching to see how well it consolidates here. Looking to go up to 1500 max and then watch the setup. 5-minute chart looks clean. We had highs of around 74. I'll be looking for a target around at least like 60 minimum. And I'll add if we see new lows again, or double bottom could be good too, but we'll see. But my stop not going to be too far off from our level here at support. So the key is I don't want to see like a teleportation down to like, 15 or something crazy. So we had a double bottom there. We'll see how it holds up. Big levels here. Bro, is anything going to hold up? Bro, what? Not yo. All right, I'm definitely hitting a max loss now. I'm down 1,300 bucks. Bro, these stocks are just complete and utter nonsense. The move up not as clean for the micros. And then the 5-minute setup here is coming down. So is this the bottom? Is $3 finally the bottom now? VWAP didn't stand a chance. Jeez Louise. If it sells off again, like to 290, that'll be insane. This has to be the bottom. $3 has to be the bottom here. Let's see. VWAP did not stand a chance. We got 4 cents of slippage, but still. To see it come all the way down to 3. By the way, SBET is back up. We'll see if it's able to take off this time around. It's worth mentioning. Bro, unbelievable momentum today. SBET is definitely looking like we could see something here this time. But I'll still wait though. I'll still wait. I'm kind of at a max loss. I gotta be careful. I'm aware of that. Mentally I do feel fine. I don't feel like compromised in any way. We'll see if this one is able to finally go. Part of what we mentioned earlier was trying to keep it tight so that if it does go later after like the first hour, we can still give it a good shot. What really got us though was this massive loss here on this previous candle around 10 a.m. That one was for like a straight $800 loss. That flushed down, small size. Did they let him go? If they did, then hey. Come on, KB. Better late than never here on this fine day. 39. Show me 39. Show me 40. Show me the moon. A short seller's cover from this consolidation. Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Can we see the move? And I'll get back in. Not quite. Hooray, a winning trade. Bro. There's a small seller 50. But small. Doesn't seem like they're massive. Can we see 40? Show us 40. Show us 40 like you know you can. Give us that explosion. Explosion through the highs. There's a seller at 40, of course. It's getting bought up. Okay, it got bought up. No dip. No dip. And no dip only gave us 40 cents extra on the ass. Trying 39. 30s. We could see more though. $39.68. The spreads again are pretty brutal. And there's people using 3, 4, 5, 8,000 shares on this thing, so your P&L gonna be up 3, 4, 5K or down 3, 4, 5K, whatever. Well, I could size up eventually, but not yet. And we're already kind of at a big loss, so gotta take it slow and steady. Slow and steady. 38.67, 38.6, 38.6, 39.10. 39.8. Oh. Oh, come on. That looked so good. And oh, are you kidding? Is it gonna go here? I'm back out. Definitely not the reaction I'd expect to get it for getting back over 40, but it's a little bit more tamed, which is fine. That volume's gonna come sooner or later though. Will SBET be the one here to take us to victory? 39.3, 39.5. $39.4, 38.6. Could still be a little early. Oh, and it definitely is early. I'll try 38. There's a spread though. We're gonna get in decently. You gotta be careful of that extra drop off. Like this entry much better though. Can we see how this plays out here? Much better entry this time. Much better. The 5-minute candle is gonna close in a tough position though. A bit of a reversal candle there actually. We'll see. Might still hold. Only getting a couple cents out of that trade. Gotta love those fills on the ask. Gotta love them. 37.7. If this is the bottom, I can hold. I can hold it back to 40 if this is the bottom. Better be. Better be. Can we see over 39? Bro, watch. I dare this. Bro, if this stock goes to 50, watch. This could easily become a 20K day, but it just needs to move the right way. If it moves the right way, I have no problem. Sizing up is not a problem for me at all if this is to like go parabolic supernova to 50. Now I got to still accept the risks, but if it wants to tango for real, but I'm not going to size up for like anything less than what I would expect a super hot stock to be. Until then, I'll just stick with a small size. Stick with the small size. We could see an early pullback here. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get ready to buy again on the dip. On the dip. I'm probably going to try to hit the bids, and I got to be accurate here. I'll get stopped out. We got close to 40, which was decent. Wait, what? What? There's a 70,000 share buyer? Holy shit. I didn't get to add on that freaking thing. That drop, though. Typically, I'd slam the buy button there, but, trying not to overdo it. Typically, I'd take a couple thousand shares, and that type of bid is insane. Let's see if it comes back down again. Bro, they better not have fake orders on this thing, bro. If they do, it's going to be trouble. But it reacted nicely there. The order came in the moment I'm going to try to add on the dip, so I didn't get any proper. Let's take profits, take profits, take profits. I'm going to come up in size a little more. Base size is going to become 3, max 5, and then I'm going to keep going from there. So the early pullback came. We're right now right below high of day. We could get the breakout here, depending. Taking 39 dip. Dang, the spread's massive, though. Spread's massive, massive. KB, come on, KB. Show me something. Whisper into my ears the sweet sounds of success. Oh, new high, new high, new high. Come on. Like we know you can. Okay, maybe not. I still had 200 shares. Maybe I stick to 300 and just one in, one out. Or I can come here. Do that. trying again. You know, is that I think it's still not moving like our typical hot stock. We might see a pullback too. It's not moving like our typical hot stock, but I'd say so far so good. Nevertheless, it's not what the type of stock I could see myself 50,000 right away. With massive size of like 4K blocks. I don't know if it's that. At least not yet. Trying to dip here. Tight stops. And this spread's 39, 39. Damn it. Come on. It's not the entry I wanted. I hopefully it gets another chance here. But the volume is light. I got 30 fill. The bid. Okay, the bid is back. The bid is back. The bid is back. Bid is back. What's it gonna be? Bro, again, this cannot afford to be a fake order, or there'll be trouble. Just like the Bob Marley song. It's gonna be the depths. All right, next time that bid comes, I'm loading up. And it better not sink, or I'll be taking the loss. Let's take 100 there. And then, can we see over 40? Or do we need to pull back some more? Who's trying to buy 75,000 shares one time? It has to be an institution. Massive, massive position. Massive. We've gotten back to flat here with our small size, right? On this one. So there's definitely room. Up or down? What is it going to be? More pullback, or are we bottoming out already? Holding 2/3 of the position for over 40, if possible. Come on. 89. Throwing one on the ask and waiting. And then I can add back over the level if it gives anything good. Let's zoom in on this a little more. We got to stay in rhythm here though. Also could cut and then look to get re-average. Holy shit. I sold before that. Micro, please, please. Damn it, you son of a gun. You could have given one micro. Could have been in nicely. Damn. I didn't expect 44. I'd have held that, but nice, man. Nice. Bro, one micro I would have been in, bro. One, any baby pull back there, like anything. Might still get a good pullback, so still watching. The plan was to take profits over the level and add back. No add back. Didn't get the chance. So he missed out on sweet gains. Is there a hidden buyer there? Hard to say. Being patient because we're still high up. 44 is the high. I want to be patient here in case it dips. Don't want to be in 44 and then selling at lows. 45 though to halt up. It might just keep going, but we'll see. I'll try to be patient though. Man, it would have been nice to catch that last trade though. And I sold 1 second before it jumped to 41, thinking, okay, I'll just take 40.88. Let's wait. Don't you dare. Dang. Damn it, man. Okay, alright, cool. It's like nobody selling right there, bro. Nobody. And I didn't want to just jump in too aggressively, but that was the cue to jump in aggressively. Aww. Damn it, bro. I'm hesitating. I have to eliminate that hesitation. Alright, hold up. 44.80. Damn. I'm in on the ask, which isn't ideal. Take it into spreads. It's very tight in this range here. We're not seeing a massive range. A little bit of a chase there. Not super instant. 12 by 39. Because it's so expensive, it's like I'm expecting the pullback to be more, and it's just not, you know. I'm hesitating in key areas. You gotta just go off the tape, man. Stick to the tape. Sellers 45. I'm. Oh man, I had it and I sold because it broke the whole dollar and I sold. Again, this that would have been a beautiful entry to just hold. Oh, that's tough. I had like 42, like basically 43. So once it broke, I'm like, okay, it looks like we're probably gonna go lower, but it went lower by just 10 cents and right back up. And then I got filled at 70, which is just too tough to hold. So this trade I'm gonna miss. Bro, it's that close, man. Come on. Oh, that is tough. That is tough. That is 900 bucks to the wind. 46.88 for the highs. Oh, come on. Nice breakout too. 47 for the highs. Will it continue in that trend of tighter pullbacks? Man. Bottom tick that dip, bro. Will we continue on the trend of tighter pullbacks? $47.60 for highs. Again, the spreads are pretty massive. Not the best fill on that dip. Not the best fill, but giving it a chance. Let's see. All right, taking it off. See, the thing is you got to be careful with the bigger stops because if the stock do Titanic, you could really take that massive loss. Man. Missing those trades is a crime, bro. We must capture every move as best as we can. I catch one of those two moves, I'm already using a little bit more size, you know? Still holding 100 here. I do believe the dips are a little bit more tough these days with how some of the stocks, the volume kind of dries up, and other times we're like making new lows. Watching here, it seems like it's holding, it's fighting, battling. $46.8. Oh no, oh no. Okay, that's fine. It should be instant. There's a 10,000 share bid. Is it going to help us? Come on, just mark it in. Push us to 50 with that size. And suffer massive slippage. That's why they're not going to mark it in more than likely. Okay, over 50, over 50. I'm going to add. Come on, come on. 48, 48, 48. Ah. I mean, it's still fighting at 50 though. We got to like 80, back down. Bro, it's just... Why? 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 Alright, I'm getting killed from missing trades here. 600 shares, man. $600 to the wind. Or actually more, because we went up $2 a share. And again, typically for what I like to see and what I know works well in terms of how quick a move should have, even with that 10,000 bid, it's like we're just like it's like there's no reaction for like a full 25 seconds, you know, as if there's not decent support there for people who want to chase. 49. Like even right there, over 50 should be instant, bro. Should be flying through 50 there. This might be too aggressive. Let's be patient. Sometimes it's better to actually miss the trade than to be in at the high and then the flush comes. $95. Okay, I can live with 95, but can we see 51? Oh. Oh. Of course, I miss every $3 share move up, and the first one that comes, I get caught. Just... Bro, this is brutal. This is brutal. Man. Market driving me mad once again. Bro, I missed 3 or 4 moves of $2 to $3 a share. In the first flush, I get caught. It's our first 5-minute pullback. I thought I would have kept going there because, you know, 50 was a big level. Over the $0.50, you then expect maybe 54, 55. But 50, 50, 55, and back down. And $600 loss too. That took us from green to red. The good news is that we did fight back from down, max loss, with even with the small size, which was crazy. With normal size, I'd have been down like 4K or more to then get back to flat. But going back red there on that last trade is tough. You see, if the drop had came below 50, I would have avoided it, right? Because that was the point of not chasing it right at below the whole dollar. But we pushed through, starts to look good, and it's like instantly after 55, 50, 55, we're seeing 47. But if I didn't miss all three of those moves, right now I'm sitting up at least 15, like minimum 1500, minimum, worst case scenario. Missed every one of those breakouts. Perhaps we've bottomed out here, which is a good sign. Over the last minute and a half. Highs at 47.89 and 48.90s. Instant rejection there. Lows 46 area. I want to be careful here though, because we haven't really had a red candle on the 5 in a while, just in case it does consolidate or pull back again. But if it's right back up, then right, it's so annoying to miss those moves, man. It's unbelievable, all of them, all of them. But we got to stay focused anyway, so gotta lock in, gotta lock in. The dip at 46.80 with that early buy. Come on. Let's just take that in spreads. 40-cent loss there, not good. Good trade too, but tough fill. We might have actually had an 80-cent spread. I didn't check the ask before getting in. Sometimes you gotta check. Like right now, there's a dollar spread here. It's not a problem holding through the spreads if the fill is decent. But if I'm in high on the spread, then I have no choice to cut. So let me size back down a little here as well for that loss. Can't forget. Time 11 a.m. Man, time is going. I have to leave soon, actually. Probably go another 30 minutes max. I gotta go make a massive commute to a whole nother state. Man. Can we hold? Tried for that fill on the ass, didn't quite get it. Can we see the early pullback here? Probably would have been in at 90 with the fill, with the spreads there. And I guess it scratch trades, perhaps. Small green, maybe. Bid is back. Bro, I hit my buy button 3 times. Why am I in once? You see what's, bro, I don't, what was that? Oh my God. Man. Now the day is really messing with me here. Like, what was that? I should have been in 600 minimum there. None of those shares got filled though before. So it could, I don't know if it's a real order, honestly. I would like to think that it is though. Somebody perhaps trying to get in with big size. And that is a serious position. How much money is like 49 times 75,000? Couple million for sure, I think, if my math is any good. Why is hitting the ask a nightmare? It's like tough to get the fills. All we need is that big bid to walk up the ladder here. Walk up to level 2. Maybe Ross trying to get back in after his nice day. What do you guys think? 74,000 shares, 48.70s. Bro, what's that? Holy shit, some of it is filling. It's a real order, all right. But there could be people in from a low from like a couple days ago or weeks, months ago. It's enough size to fill that position quickly. So whilst it is holding up now, it is still a tough one. You got to be careful with the risk. We filled about 3,000 shares of that position. Or I can just see Save marketing in 5K size right there, like 10K, $2 a share trade. I gotta give these guys a call to see how they did on this one. I think even without trader, I would have been using a little bit more size, but I think, you know, these higher price, generally I do want to start slow. For me, it's just connecting, you know, once I connect on those trades, I can size up. But missing the opportunities, you know, it's like I have no choice but to take it easy. That was a little tough there. It kind of just jumped. We didn't really retest the bid. And this is new highs too. Massive spreads as to be expected. Making it tough to get in those areas there. That did not work. And that was a bit of a chase. Good fill. No, terrible fill. that is rough. And why they gotta do me like that, man? I'm gonna survive it though to get something, but still, that was brutal. See, when the selling slows down, when it's coming down, it's like there is no selling. So like hitting the bid there is just, you know. $52 is the high. I think this one might go without me. Yeah, I'll wait here. Let's see how we can do. Okay, taking it over the whole dollar. I did not get a good fill whatsoever. Can we see the push through? It's not opening up as much as I would like for a $52 stock though. You know, you think $3, $4 a share. But I guess it is tight even on the dips, which is not a bad thing. A couple of the entries where I could have been in for longer, I'm in so high, you know, it's a little uncomfortable to try and hold. So back out for just a small gain or flat even. $53 for the highs. I got to make sure to avoid any flushes that may come. I guess in like a $3, $4 share flush. The halt up is at 56, by the way. $51. Come on, immediate bounce, immediate bounce. Bro, hitting the ask is like a nightmare, bro. These stocks, you know, I don't know. It's interesting, at the very least. Tight stops, tight stops, tight stops. 70, not bad entry, all things considered. I'm gonna try. Well, okay. I have to cut that. I'm early. Okay, I'm early. Tight stops, tight stops. Nice entry. Don't you dare. Son of a gun. All right, easing off. So we went from 53 to 48 there. Similar pullback to the last one we had. The bid is back. Or we're back to the bid, I guess. Better way of saying it. Bro, hitting the ass could never do anything for me. All right, we need now just one more hoorah, and we're out of here. Can we get a couple $100 green? We were down 1200 to flat to then red 600 after a flush. One last hurrah. We can walk away with something, smile, be happy, continue on the road of trader rehab. I think when that bid's filled, if it doesn't reclaim the bid price, it's probably done. It's aggressive to say something like that. It's very aggressive to say something like that, but definitely watch out for that area. If it keeps testing 48.70s, still 50.77, high of the last. The 1 minute candle here to make the new high. There's a bit of a spread. Quick pop of 51, not quite. But it's lingering here though. So we might see an early pullback, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. But gotta be careful of the retest of the absolute low of the range here. Tight stops in case it does want to retest the low of the range. If not, we could see the higher low and the bounce. So I'm taking the tight stop there. What would we be without some adversity every now and again, right? You need some hardship to shake things up so you can recalibrate, refocus, regain your intensity. You need the market to be tough so that you can fight back and be better. And then when you start winning again, the winning feels that much more sweet. The winning feels and tastes better than a juicy ripe mango. 49.5, 49.7. Got to be very. It's filling. It's filling. Oh, good fill. Okay, good fill. Good fill. Got lucky with that good fill. We only filled 10,000 or so there, but when it starts to get filled, it flies down. So you're thinking it's gonna come all the way. Like that 10,000 took a second. Gotta be careful here. Good old trading, I tell you. Sometimes it's a little funny too. Come on, bidders. Bid, bid, bid. Buy, buy. Buy the dip. Don't, not financial advice. Sometimes you forget you're on the stream. I'm kind of just thinking out loud my thought process, right? Don't want to get that confused with financial advice. Day trading is risky. And if this does come down hard, it'll come down hard here. So looking to be quick and tight. All right, it's filling. And I'm out. Can we reclaim though? Can we reclaim? Waiting, waiting. Waiting. Oh, it doesn't look so. Again, if we break that bid, we need to reclaim nicely. If not, could be backside, right? Well, all right. I'll call it a decent day. We're at $300, but hold up, hold up. This is pretty brutal fill. Is it on to something? Or is this a bluff? I'm kind of in midway though. It's holding for now, but I'm in too high, man, to really give that a chance. It's at 46.30. I'm in at 48.90s or 47.90s. Just too high. Big Steve, when Marcelo left, I thought Marcelo would have been like, wait, hold on, how's he doing? See, like from how I see the price action, it's like for anybody who caught those areas, bro, it's like an insane day, regardless of the size you're using. I'd expect the Mighty to be killing it here today. Some people did trade EJH, which was a cheaper stock. Time, I do need to leave here soon. Man, to end red on this nice stock, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm too good to be losing, but you gotta remain humble, right? That's part of why it took me so long to even size down. So you gotta not let that type of energy, hold you back from doing the right thing. Bro, it's like the way how I saw this stock move, it's like, it's just no way, man. I missed so much of that and not off at least 15, 2K, 2.5. Because they're like $2, $3 share moves with 300 shares even adds up pretty quickly. 900, 600, 300 there. We got caught in one flush. 48.70 did reclaim here. We do have 2 minutes though for the 5-minute candle. And we're kind of pulling back in an area where we had a broken bear flag. So it's important here, I think, for stock to hold tight. If it does give an early pullback, it's fine here on this bounce. But we have to hold tightly and hold above that previous support. That'll be confirmation, I think, that it could retest the highs again. And this is all in the short term. In the long term, who knows what it does, right? So I'm going to watch this early pullback and, a smaller size. Let me come down to a little smaller. We had 13 right there. Oh, no, 20. 48.20. I think the toughest trade though was the one where I had the bottom and it went down 10 cents lower and I sold. The market said here, I'm gonna slap you in the face. Hold that real quick. So I have no choice but to smile and look for the next setup. 48.2, 48.10, 48.10. I'm going to take it. Tight stop. 76. Not going to hold below 50. There's 65. The spread, the ask is at 20, which is the tough part there, right? It actually held. I'm going to try it again. Tight stop. We could see lower though, so you got to keep it tight. Don't want to lose too much here towards the end of the day as well. 51 by 60. Okay, 76 by 48. I'm trying here simply because it was like our previous support, but if it breaks down, then, that's it. Our last. $60 by 82. And I have paper hands. Paper hands gonna get me out. And it's out at 62. It didn't break down, bro. I paper hands right there. It's not good. We held above the support. Well, not quite, but we held above the whole $0.50 by a couple of cents. That's a poor sell, all things consider. So 50 to then 50, 47.50 to 48.50. And the last 5-minute candle, what's the high? 49.50. But it's back at 47.50 here. Back at 47.50 after a dollar share bounce in a range on the spreads. We are consistently seeing lower highs the last 13 minutes or so. LVWR. Bro, some stocks, I don't know, man. Like which one was it? ZENA. I think besides catching the absolute breakout trades, which happened about twice, where we had those two bigger extensions, it's just the price action seems so mediocre. The thing is, when someone leaves, like if we're live streaming and we leave, the correct thing to say is that we didn't really leave, right? All honesty. Frustration, we might have took a walk for 5 minutes, but then you cool down and you kind of come again just to take a look at least. Unless you're at the real max loss, and then you just, if you're at the max loss, you gotta go. $47.80, we're at $48.80, and $49.50 is a big level. Will we be able to see a new high here versus the trend of the last 15 minutes? It's 11:30. LVWR. Hold on, guys. I think this is where I will call it. Oh, I'm red $400, which is okay. We got caught on some of the other ones, but I think we should have ended green today, man. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't. But as you guys witnessed everything here, right? 4 key areas. We just missed the breakout, man, by inches, by seconds. That's the difference between a 2K day, right? Even with this small size. So for the people who are using smaller share size, you can't be afraid of the price range. You got to still, take the best setups, keep it tight. You got to watch out for the spreads, though. I think that's one of the bigger factors because, we're seeing dollar share spreads. So it's key that if we're in on a setup for a breakout, it's going right away. Or if we're watching the pullback, we're in close to support to where we can give it that chance. If not, if we're caught high, it's much more tough to hold, knowing that if we do break down, we're going to get that massive slippage. But I'd say valiant trading here, good effort. We did fall a little short of the goal. I think everything outside of SBET, SBET in itself was a little tough early at the resistance. We did have the right game plan eventually, which was to wait for it to give a big move over 35. And honestly, in hindsight, what I probably should have done was just buy 35, massive size, and hold, right? In hindsight. Just, not even sell the position. Man, oh. So instead of giving a quick spike, it gave a more gradual consolidation and breakout, and then that led to the uptrend. And right now we're seeing a bit of a pullback. That uptrend came around 10:20 and ended around 11:15. So, a little later into the day to really get going, but yeah. So SBET, not bad. I'm pretty sure your pre-market traders had a better time earlier, right? I'll be around for pre-market tomorrow again, but not for 6 or 7 a.m. Like 8:30. Tomorrow we have errands to do. But Wednesday will be here super early. Wednesday onwards. Yeah, that's the day. Here, let's pull up the other screen for the sake of just transparency. And boom, 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 boom. All right, for those of you on the YouTube live stream, take care, stay safe, stay green. For those of you in the chat room, continue to be diligent here. Continue to look out for the call outs in the chat. And I'll be back. I'll check in probably around, well, no, I'm not going to be back till like 5. If today is NVIDIA earnings, I'll be watching the earnings call at that time. Just listening in to see. I think they're going to beat. They're probably going to beat, right? More than likely. And they're expected for like 42 billion or something like that in revenue. I mean, these companies are insane. You're netting like 20 billion a quarter. Man. We need to just start owning these companies, right? As in like Elon Musk type of level. Forget day trading at this rate. If these guys are making 20 billion a quarter, we gotta invent a new something, right? Pioneer a new field, a new sector. But anyhow, that's way out there, right? It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah. The Monday holiday throws everyone off, right? But anyhow, take care, stay safe, stay green. I gotta go. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Tomorrow I'll be back at 9 for a beautiful day, another live stream. All right, stay safe, stay green.